Hi, Pam. How are you? So, I don't know. This is T. Hatchett from the Hatchet Chronicles and from Sunday Morning Worship with Minister T. Hatchett. And we are introducing a new program. Um, and so, this is kind of a test to see how it is going to go down. It's called Sunday Soul Food, and it will be on Roku's TV probably in about April, somewhere around that time. And this is a new program we are introducing. Hi, Ma. Listen, I'm trying to get used to this new program that we are going to be doing called Sunday Soul Food. And oh, these onions, y'all. Excuse me, but the onions is just really hurting my eyes. And so, what Sunday Soul Food is about is it's just a release of the week, and we're gonna get together and we're gonna be cooking, and we're gonna have some people coming on. I usually um, message video message my sister around 1:30 because usually we start about 1:30. My sister Ann will be working. She don't like to be on camera anyway, but she will be working, so she's not gonna be involved in most of our Sunday soul food. We usually do a Sunday soul food every Sunday with my niece, my sisters, and I, and we just get together and we just release and talk about things that we've gone through the week. My husband usually is involved sometimes he's not. And so our new TV station that we're going to be on decided to pick it up as a program. And so I have to start taping at some point. So I figure I would try today and see how it turns out. First of all, I'm not too happy about giving away my cooking secrets. But the Soul Food Sunday is cool, I guess. Mom said when you chop onions, take a cloth or a couple of paper towels and wet them and put them on the side of the cutting board. It works. Thank you, Mom. See, I need little hints like that to help me because these onions be killing my eyes. But I need that. So what I'm cooking right now is I'm making some cabbage for today. My sister-in-law will be bringing some turkey wings over. Now, I am implementing my mother who's on with us now. She gave me a hint as to how to cook cabbage. So I'm sort of going to combine her little hints with mine. She gave me some tips, so I'm going to kind of use her tips and mine and combine it and see how the cabbage turns out. I love cabbage. I don't cook it a lot. Cabbage is gassy. But I love me some cabbage. So I do cook it every now and then. And I have to tell y'all, I do not like cutting. Cutting is not my forte. I don't like cutting anything. Okay. So that's another reason why I don't cook cabbage often because you gotta cut. And I don't like cutting. And I had a cutting like one of those choppers things, those old fashioned ones where you push down on. But I don't know what happened to it. My sister Ann said she had one too, and we can't seem to keep up with it. I need to buy me another one. Get that cabbage will make your tongue stop. Your girl, that cabbage will make your tongue slap your brain. Wow, clean out. Wow. I don't know, I might not want that type of cabbage. But we gonna see because I'm adding your tips and mine. I'm combining the two, so we'll see. Hope it don't slap me too bad. I had some chocolate last night, and I know I wasn't supposed to, but Maureen had ordered me a bag of the rich chocolate, and I sit there and I ate and I ate and I ate, and I felt it this morning, and I'm still feeling it. I'm getting ready fast though. I think I'm gonna do a fast starting tomorrow. I need to clean some things up. Yep. Oh lordy. Yep. I was feeling it this morning. But that's what I get. I'm hard headed. That's exactly what I get. I get what I get for doing it. But this Soul Food Sunday, what we're gonna do is, like I said, usually I cook, but Marina's coming over. That's my sister-in-law, and she's bringing the turkey wings. And I'm making some cabbage and I'm doing some mashed potatoes. Y'all, I don't believe in store-bought the box mashed potatoes. I like fresh mashed potatoes. I'm doing garlic mashed potatoes. My husband loves garlic mashed potatoes. Well, he loves my garlic mashed potatoes. And I cannot do mashed potatoes box. I will do it I will use it as an adder, like if I don't have enough potatoes, then I will add like some of my box potatoes to it. But just to do full out box mashed potatoes, they taste like paper to me. I have never liked box mashed potatoes. Another thing I don't like is box macaroni and cheese. I've never been one for the dollar boxes. I will buy the Kraft because it has the creamy cheese in it, and I'll use the creamy cheese. But I don't like the box mashed potato. I mean, a macaroni cheese. If I'm going to use box macaroni cheese, then I'm going to bake it and make it like I would make my regular baked macaroni cheese. But the problem with that is the noodles somehow are smaller, and so it just don't. For me, it don't come out right. So there's certain things that I will cut, like I'll do shortcuts. But when it comes to mashed potatoes and macaroni cheese, you can't do shortcut on that. Well, I can't. I don't believe in doing that. So, Mom, you seem to be the only one on here with me. Well, I'm going to call you later, too, because I want to talk to you about next week's sermon. The title already that came to me, and I need some tips, some good tips for it. Mom, what you eating today? What you cooking today? Are you cooking today? Oh, this pot is too little. So those of you who are joining me today, I'm making a call to order. I know that's right. That's a good recipe, Ma. That's a real good. Those are the type of recipes I like. That call to order recipe. So as I was saying, I'm making mashed potatoes, garlic mashed potatoes. I'm making some yellow rice and cabbage, and I'm trying to think if I'm gonna do some peas or some greens with the cabbage. And Marine is, like I said, bringing the turkey wings. I would have made a dessert, but after eating that chocolate, I don't even want to see no dessert. That's me. That's not right for everybody else, but since I'm the one cooking, they not gonna get it. You know what, Ma? I had some cornbread in there too. I'm not a cornbread eater, and so I never think about cornbread. I do have cornbread in there, but I don't never really every. You know what I do with cornbread? I add to it, like maybe make some chocolate chip cornbread muffins or something like that. I'll use it to add to it. You know, anything with chocolate in it, I like. So I might add to it, but right at this point, I wasn't even thinking about no cornbread because I'm not a real huge bread eater, and so usually when I cook, if it's not something that I eat, I don't usually think about cooking and that's kind of selfish, but that's usually what happened. Yeah, Mom said clearly if you use box cornbread, say no more. Yeah, I'm you know I'm not really. I don't like cornbread stuffing. I because I just cornbread just I'm not crazy. I used to. I guess I don't know whether it's because it's corn or I don't know what it is, but I just don't like the grittiness of it. I don't know because I'm not a real huge corn eater, but I used to make corn pudding, but I forgot how to make it. I haven't made it in a long time, but I used to make corn pudding. I don't know. It's just that type of grain that I'm just not crazy about. At one point, I wasn't crazy about wheat, but I'm not a bread eater, so I guess anything in that area is why. Yeah, I used to love corn pudding too, Ma. And I had a good recipe from down home southern cook gave me the recipe, and I used to make it when I was married to my second husband because he was from the south, like the country south, and his grandmother taught me how to make corn pudding, and I used to make it all the time. And then I stopped making it and I forgot how to make it. That's like rice pudding. I used to love rice pudding, and I learned how to make rice pudding and used to make it all the time, and then I stopped making it and I forgot how to make it. So I need to go back. You know who taught me? I ain't being prejudiced or nothing, but Frank's grandma taught me how to make it. Yeah, like that older generation, they knew how to make those puddings, like the bread pudding and the corn pudding and the rice pudding. My sister, she learned how to make. My sister Catrice, one of my baby sisters, she learned how to make rice pudding. I mean, bread pudding for my aunt, and I loved her. I wouldn't eat nobody else bread pudding but hers. I don't even know if she still make bread pudding. But I think I want to I'm gonna try to figure out. I'm gonna tell you who taught me how to make rice pudding. I'll tell you this story. I'm not being prejudiced or nothing, but I was in college and I was talking about rice pudding, how I love rice pudding but didn't know how to make it. And there I had this friend, she was a white girl, and she said to me, she said, my mother knows how to make it. And I kind of laughed at her. I was like, and everybody around the table laughed at her. It was like, oh yeah, really. She was like, no, really. My mother does know how to make it. I'll bring you some. And we was just like, oh yeah. I was like, oh yeah, all right. Child, she brought me some rice pudding, and when I tell you, talking about smacking your lips and your head, your brain, it was some good rice. And I don't like rice pudding with what do you call it, raisins in it. That was the best rice pudding I tasted ever. And so I was like, oh my God. We felt this small after she bought us some. And she actually, her mom gave me the recipe to it. She could make some rice. She told me the secret was in the eggs, putting the eggs in, a lot of eggs in it. But anyway, that was some good rice pudding. I used to make it all the time. Then I stopped making it, and I don't know how to make it anymore. I wish I could learn because I like to go back to it. And the corn pudding. Can't do the bread pudding. At least haven't it came across that I like yet, but willing to try. Now, I don't eat everybody's bread pudding. As a matter of fact, I don't like anybody else's bread pudding. I wasn't too. This sounds crazy. Now, my aunt taught my sister how to make it. I wasn't too crazy about my aunt's bread pudding, but my sister, I don't know what she does. She makes some good bread pudding. I used to eat her bread pudding all the time. She used to make it especially for me. So I don't know what the difference was, but hers was good. The corn pudding, like I said, I used to eat my ex-husband's grandmother's corn pudding, and then she taught me how to make it. And because I love corn pudding. And the rice pudding, I love rice pudding since I was a baby. And so I had to learn how to make that. What I love to eat, I usually learn how to make so that I have it. Like the 30th anniversary chocolate cheesecake. I love chocolate cheesecake so much. I had to learn how to make it because I love it that much. I would like to. Ma, have you ever been to what's that steakhouse? Longhorn Steakhouse. They make house macaroni and cheese. That's some good macaroni and cheese. I want to learn how to make the way they make their macaroni and cheese. Because that macaroni and cheese, oh my goodness, they put all kinds of stuff in it. And I said one day I was gonna learn how to make their macaroni and cheese because they make good macaroni and cheese. I used to love but I wasn't, I liked their steaks too when I was a steak eater, but I really went there for their house macaroni and cheese. There's certain places that you go for just one particular dish because they make it so well. And I think that was what it was with Longhorn. And like the Cheesecake Factory has good food, I learned, but really I started going there only for the 30th anniversary chocolate cheesecake because that was hard to find. Everybody didn't make it. Everybody didn't even know what it was. So, and I haven't found a restaurant that could do rice pudding right. Matter of fact, the only one that I know that could do rice pudding is you have to get somebody from the country who knows how to make rice pudding without the raisins. I remember I was pregnant and I was craving rice pudding. This guy brought me this rice pudding that was just, I threw it in the garbage. I was insulted. I was this in my heydays, when I cursed and stuff, the other person. But I had to curse him out because I was so insulted because my mouth was fixed. I was pregnant and I was craving for some good old rice pudding. And he brought me this nasty stuff with the raisins in it looking like bugs. And I just was so upset. I cursed him out and threw it in the garbage. Talking about he knew how to make rice pudding. That's like potato salad. You can't let everybody make potato salad for you. If you don't know them, I wouldn't suggest you ask them to make you. I don't. Now that's one thing I'm not good at, potato salad, and so I don't mess with potato salad. Mainly because I don't want to get embarrassed. He did the best he could. No, I know. I said that was my older days. That was my heydays. A pregnant woman don't care about being nice, Ma. She wants what she wants. Don't mess with no pregnant woman when she having a craving and try to bring her something half messed up. I try to half step on her. People have gotten in danger, almost lost their lives messing with me when I'm having cravings. You got to teach them. But yeah, what else do I miss cooking that I don't cook anymore? Roast. That was the first thing I learned how to cook, is a roast. They had a joke about me. Like if I was the one, like when we had Thanksgiving or dinner over my house, everybody never asked what we were having, because they already knew it was roast, because at one time that's all I knew how to cook was roast. So it was like, we know what we having over our house, roast. Because I didn't know how to cook anything else. And then, you know, I learned. My ex-husband really taught me how to cook, because you he didn't there's certain things that he didn't allow his children to eat and have. So I wasn't so he had to teach me how to cook the way he wanted his children to eat and the way he eat. He didn't eat fried foods. He didn't um eat pork, beef. Um there was a lot of things that he didn't eat, and he didn't want his children put into his children. So he taught me how to cook in the way that he wanted. Like, he didn't believe in store bought gravy. I had to make gravy from the on scratch, and I didn't know how to make gravy from scratch. Uh, I remember um, I made gravy. I was dating this guy, and I called myself being grown, and I called myself making dinner for him when he came home from work. So I made fried smothered fried chicken. You know, that's fried chicken with the gravy in it. And boy, did it look good. It looked really, really good. And he came home, and I had smothered fried chicken. I think I made rice with it, white rice with it, which I'm not good at making white rice. I can do yellow rice. My rice, I just now learned. My youngest sister taught me how to cook brown rice. Um, and white rice, I'm still Ah, not too good on. I have a rice cooker, but I'm not a rice eater. I like yellow rice. I'm not really big on rice. But anyway, so I made rice and string beans with it. And he came, and I placed the plate in front of him, and it looked really good. And he took one bite into it, and he went running in the bathroom and spit it out. It tastes like gravy. I mean, it tasted like flour. That was my first experience at trying to make gravy from scratch, and I didn't do a good job on it because it still tasted. I don't know what I did wrong at the time. I don't even remember why it was messed up. I think I just dumped the flour in there and tried to stir it in there instead of making a paste. Anyway, it didn't turn out right, and of course the rice was smushy. So, because I took the gravy and I put it on the rice to try to, straighten the rice out, because the rice was like a lump. It was just a bad. It was just bad. Okay, it was not my finest hour with cooking. But my ex-husband taught me how to make gravy from scratch, and you did not take it as you went along. You did not taste. No, because that was my first time learning how to cook, ma, and I didn't understand. I didn't have the overstanding of tasting your food as you cooked. It looked. I went by sight at that time. When I first started learning how to cook, I went by sight. And to be honest with you, I wasn't one that was in the kitchen when my mother and my aunt was cooking. They used to always tell me, "Don't you want to learn how to cook for your man when you get married?" And I was like, if I get married, they know where the freezer is. And I always ran out. So I never was there when my mom was teaching or my aunt was teaching how to cook, because for me it was like, I don't have time for that. They know where the refrigerator is. If I First of all, I didn't never think I was gonna get married, and then it was like, if I get married, they know where the freezer is. Their hands work. They cook for themselves. And it took me a while to process that, cooking for your husband and develop that. I didn't have that at first. And so when I got to that point and I was ready to learn how to cook, then I had my own ideas of how it was supposed to go. And I thought I could go sight by sight and not by taste. And that didn't work out too well for me. I always had this way of doing things my way. Like, I learned how to drive backwards first because I don't know. That's how I thought. I could back up straight, but I couldn't drive straight. I was different. What I'm cooking now is I'm getting ready to put my pot is not big enough, and I only got one tall pot, so I'm trying to wait for. I'm boiling the potatoes, and once the potatoes is boiled and ready, I'm gonna take them out, and I'm just gonna put the cabbage in that pot because I only got one tall pot. The pot that I have is not big enough for the cabbage. I was gonna put it on at the same time, but I can't. And my potatoes, like I'm I got a lot of damage with me. My potatoes, like I used to cut potatoes before I boiled them, and like I said, I don't like cutting. So what I've learned to do is I'll boil the potatoes first, and then it's easy to just scrape the skin off. And plus, you save more of the potato that way because I can't cut anyway. That's another reason why I don't like to cut. And usually, if I just cut a raw potatoes, I'm taking more of the potato and then I need to take. It's a waste of potatoes. But if I boil the potatoes first, you can just let it cool down, and the skin basically just breaks off, and you save your potato. So that's just a little tip. That's the way I cook my mashed potatoes. I will boil it first. What I would like to try, and one of these days I'm gonna try it. One of these days soon, I want to make the potato wedges in the air fryer because I looked up on YouTube a couple of recipes of how to do that. So that's what I'm gonna do next. Make some potato wedges in the air fryer. I love my air fryer. For those of you who do not have a air fryer, oh my goodness. Listen, you can cook just about anything in the air fryer. As a matter of fact, I don't know too many things that you can't cook because everything that I have thought of cooking in an air fryer, I looked it up and I can do it. Like I love onion rings. I learned how to cook onion rings, and I just found the recipe for onion rings in the air fryer. Listen, I am and one of these soul food Sundays, I'm gonna show y'all. I am the queen of lemon pepper chicken in the air fryer. When I tell you I am the queen of that, I found the recipe on YouTube to do that when I first got my air fryer, and I've been cooking it ever since. I love to make some lemon pepper wings. And so one of these soul food Sundays, we're gonna do that. Um Also, the I haven't tried the onion rings yet, but I am gonna do that. Um have anybody ever had have you ever had fried string beans? I think it's called fried. Yeah, fried string beans. That's some good stuff. I used to eat it at there was what's the name of that pancake place? Aunt Sarah's pancake. They made fried string beans. They made some good pancakes too. And there's a recipe that you can make fried string beans in the air fryer. I haven't tried it yet, but I want to try that. I want to try the potato wedges. And what else do they put? Somebody did a salmon fish in the air fryer. Yeah, I think it is occasion thing. She said, "No, ma'am, that's the occasion thing." It does sound like occasion thing. I didn't know about fried string beans until I got it from Aunt Sarah's. But they are good though, with some dip, with some what do you call it? What's that dressing? Ranch dressing. They good with some ranch dressing, man. What in the popcorn are you doing? Oh, baby, so this is the soul food Sunday thing, babe. And I just decided to get online and see. My husband is on, y'all, and see how it would turn out if I started recording. That's what I'm doing. This Soul Food Sunday. Just ain't nobody on but me and mom, I think. And we talking about cooking. So we haven't gotten ain't nobody came and nothing like that. I just thought I would try to see how it would work out. Cause really, April, I want April to come and do the recording. But in case she don't or can't, I'm gonna have to figure out how it goes. Mom said my sister cousin is also the the hot fryer queen, and she did some salmon. It looked great. Yeah, I think I saw a recipe, ma, for salmon in the air fryer. Excuse me. So basically, I'm getting ready to this is my cabbage. Can y'all see it? So like the cabbage is like the pan is too small. So I'm waiting for my potatoes that's cooking. And I have to get used to this soul food Sunday because I'm not sure how we're gonna do this, if we're just going to show the food after it's done, if we're going to just be talking and talking about what we're cooking. I'm, as I said, this is a test. So I'm trying to figure out how this is going to go. And I'm just taking the initiative to start because this will be on Roku TV. And actually, the owner of the station, I really want her to come down and just do the recording because it's going to be pretty hard for me to try to deal with the recording issue and try to be in front of the camera. You know, we need a team to do this. So I just thought that I would get on and just test to see how this would work. Nobody's even here because basically what soul food started from is, well, let me go back a little. When my kids was young, we used to have soul food Sunday. And what we used to do was on Sunday, the girls and I would get in the kitchen and we would just cook. And then we would, while the guys are watching TV, and then we would serve the food. And usually I would let my kids experiment. And like my kids knew how to make carrot cake from scratch and a couple other cakes from scratch. So I would just let them experiment with things and cook a little. Um, and then just recently, you know, my nieces, um, I, for those of you who don't know, I look after, I babysit my two great nieces. And so, you know, their mom and their other aunt, her cousin, you know, was going through some things as young people do, as we all do, and not just young people. And we decided to gather on Sundays to just, you know, talk about things that we were going through. And since we were doing that, I decided, you know, to cook while, you know, on Sundays while we were, you know, going through our things. We could cook something, maybe lemon pepper chicken or whatever, cook a meal and sit down and just talk and release from the week. So when I told AIM, which is April J, she's the owner of the station AIM, about Soul Food Sunday, she was telling me that she needed some more programs for her station, her new station. And she said so Sunday Soul Food would be an ideal program to put on the station. So she asked me would I do that, and I said sure. And so we've been talking about it. As I said, the station itself will be released probably around and I'm recording, so you might not want to come in the kitchen right now because it's directed towards the door. My sister doesn't like to be on camera. So I I she said, would you be do this program for me? So I said, okay, I will. So I decided that and we didn't say exactly when we would start taping for Sunday Soul Food, but I decided today that why not try it and see how it would go. But I don't know that it's going to go directly this way. Like I said, nobody's here. First of all, second of all, I'm just starting to cook, and I'm not very um forthcoming, for lack of better words, about what I put in my food and cooking and stuff. So this is just a test, as I said. Um, Mom said you can cook the cabbage in the pot it is in. Just be careful. It's going to reduce. Yeah, but it looked like it's already boiling over, and I ain't even put the water in there, Ma. I'm scared it's going to go over because the water is not. The only thing that's in there is the cabbage and the onions. I haven't had a chance to put the season or nothing else in there. And I think that when I put the water in there, isn't it going to flow over? I'll try it. See how it will go. I'll put the top on it. So this is other things that I put in my cabbage. I will put wait. Okay, I'm gonna turn it. Sorry about that, y'all. So these are other things that I put in my cabbage. I put garlic powder, black pepper. I put a little parsley flakes, a little Italian season, and salt. Wait, take some of the cabbage out, add the water and season, and let it cook down. Same, and add the rest. Great idea, mine. Thanks for the tip. I will do that. Oh, yeah. We're gonna have to move around so my sister can get in the kitchen to get her stuff for work because she doesn't like to be on camera. So, y'all, I'm just gonna move the camera just for a minute, and I'm still here, but I'm gonna go and take some of the cabbage out and put water in it, and I'll be right back. Can y'all hear my gospel music in the back? Did you on this one? Huh? Did you on this one? No. You were asleep? I was sleeping. You were sheepy? Yeah. You sheepy? Who's sheepy? Child. I was sheepy too, but I was sheepy on the camera. My computer was acting up again this morning. It was? Mm-hmm. Would you put cabbage in the table? Yep. I might cook the yellow rice too. Oh, yes. Yeah, she's supposed to do that. Okay, guys, I'm back. Another thing that I cook with is turmeric. Let me tell you something about turmeric. Anybody who have inflammatory pain like arthritis and everything, this is a good um this is good for you. I make turmeric tea for my husband because he's in constant pain. And this I give him turmeric. I put turmeric and um ginger and just a tip of cinnamon, and I put he likes brown sugar. I use honey for mine. And I use brown sugar and then lemon juice for his tea. And that make a good tea, and he has that in the morning, that tea, and that helps with his pain. Um I use turmeric, and I use ginger, and I use cayenne pepper. And let me tell you, Mom know about that. Let me tell you, you make a tea out of that, that cayenne pepper will chase anything away. Let me tell you, that cayenne pepper, making a tea out of that, whatever germs or or problems or can't breathe, that it'll burn it right out. You ain't got to worry about it. But be careful because sometimes I'm a little heavy-handed with the cayenne, and it'll burn you a little bit too much. Um, but I also cook with turmeric. I use it just like I would use garlic or any other um season. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put some in my cabbage. And it is so good and it keeps you healthy. Keep your inflammatory pain down. And I also like to use ginger like I would use garlic. It's really, really it helps. So I'm gonna put some of this and some of this also in my cabbage. And are you finished in the kitchen? Okay. I just want to turn y'all back around. So, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this cabbage on. And then when I'm going to come back a little later when the food is done and when some my nieces get here and when my sister-in-law get here, I'll come back and we'll just show you our little gathering that we have for Soul Food Sunday. This is normally the morning routine. After I do my um Sunday morning worship with Minister T. Hatchett, then I put my husband's studio back to the way he has it because I have to rearrange the studio for Sunday morning worship with Minister T. Hatchett, and I have to put his studio back to his studio, convert it back to his studio. And then I after I do that, then I throw on my gospel music. Sometimes I have Smokey Norfolk or um some of the other pastors. I'll listen to their sermon and I'll just cook and get prepared for Sunday soul food. So I'm gonna put this cabbage on. I'm gonna do what Mom said. I'm gonna cook this until it cooked down, and then I'll add the rest of the cabbage to it. I have seasoned that part of the cabbage, and I will see y'all a little later. And thank you for joining me for Sunday Soul Food. I think this is going to be good. Hopefully, we'll have Miss April J, the owner of AIM station here, so that she can do the behind the scenes or the recording, and I won't have to try to be in front and behind cameras because that's not working for me. That's too much confusion for me. You know, y'all can't. Those that know me know y'all can't confuse me like that because it's. I'm already crazy. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I'm gonna call you in a few minutes. This is T Hatchet from the Hatchet Chronicles, and peace and love. See you guys. Okay, my